The Etihad Stadium felt strangely subdued on that chilly February night. Manchester City, the Premier League giants, had just fallen to a 3-2 defeat at the hands of Real Madrid. It was the first leg of the Champions League round of 16, and Pep Guardiola's men were staring at an early exit. The tie wasn't over, but the air was thick with a sense of déjà vu. This was the fourth consecutive season these two European titans had crossed paths in the Champions League. Madrid, the record-holding 14-time champions, had a knack for conjuring miraculous comebacks. Guardiola, a picture of frustration on the touchline, knew his team had their work cut out for them. The return leg at the Santiago Bernabéu loomed large, a daunting prospect even for a team of City's caliber. The odds were stacked against them, but in the world of football, anything was possible. In the wake of the first leg defeat, all eyes turned to Guardiola and his squad. The Spaniard, renowned for his tactical genius, had made a series of high-profile signings in the January transfer window. Omar Marmoush, the Egyptian winger, had arrived with a burgeoning reputation, fresh off a blistering hat-trick against Newcastle. Nico Gonzalez, dubbed Mini Rodri, was seen as the answer to City's midfield conundrum. Then there was Abdulkadir Kusanov, the Uzbek defensive prodigy who had shown glimpses of his potential despite a shaky debut. These were players brought in to make a difference, to provide that extra spark, that cutting edge. Marmoush, in particular, had made an immediate impact. His pace, trickery, and eye for goal offered City a different dimension in attack. The question on everyone's mind was whether these new signings could replicate their domestic form on the grandest stage of European football. The weight of expectation rested heavily on Pep Guardiola's shoulders. The first leg defeat had exposed some tactical vulnerabilities, and the pressure was on to find solutions. Whispers of Guardiola overthinking big games resurfaced. One couldn't help but wonder if Guardiola harbored regrets about his team selection in the first leg. City needed goals, and fast. Would Guardiola stick to his preferred possession-based style or adopt a more direct approach? The tactical battle between Guardiola and his Real Madrid counterpart, Carlo Ancelotti, was set to be as captivating as the on-field action. The Santiago Bernabéu, a cauldron of noise and passion, awaited Manchester City. It was a stadium steeped in history, a fortress where Real Madrid had achieved countless triumphs. But it was also a stadium that had witnessed its fair share of dramatic comebacks. Manchester City fans, scarred by past encounters, knew this all too well. Who could forget the previous year's semi-final? City had held a commanding lead going into the dying minutes of the second leg. Then, as if touched by some divine intervention, Rodrigo, the Brazilian winger, scored 2 goals in stoppage time to send the tie into extra time. Madrid, carried by the deafening roar of their home crowd, went on to win the game and book their place in the final. The weight of history, the sheer aura of the Bernabéu seemed to inspire them to achieve the improbable. For Manchester City, the challenge was clear: overcome not just 11 Real Madrid players, but also the weight of history. As the clock ticked down to the second leg, a sense of nervous anticipation gripped Manchester City fans around the world. The task ahead was monumental, the odds stacked against them. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, a glimmer of hope remained. City, after all, were a team capable of extraordinary feats. They had the attacking firepower to breach any defence, led by Erling Haaland, a goal-scoring phenomenon. They needed to play with freedom, with a kind of swagger and confidence that had become their trademark. A comeback would require a monumental effort, a performance for the ages. The stage was set, the battle lines drawn. It was time for the players to write the next chapter in this captivating Champions League saga.